Hi, everyone. This is Christine Thompson with Baird and Warner, lead agent on the CT team, back at you for another monthly market update. I use Naperville as the guinea pig on this show. So I'm just going to jump right into it and start sharing the screen. And here we are. So welcome to my show. You got all my information here. I'll just make this a little bigger so you can watch me talking while you're looking at all of my information. So I do have a direct number, 630-853-2370. It's right there on the screen. So do feel free to text me or call me at that number after the show, of course. So that way I can answer any questions you may have about what I'm presenting to you right now or any other real estate needs you might have. So I'm going to just skip along here. Let's get to the first screen. This is just talking about, well, let's get me out of the way there. Don't want that blocking things. All right, so I'll put myself down here. Okay, so this is just taking a look at what I presented in April. For whatever reason, I don't have the May ones, even though I did a May show. You can go look at the May show. This is just seeing how many new homes were active on the market, how many new came on the market. About 38%. Private listings, that means listings that are in the MLS, but consumers do not have access to it. Only the agents have access to knowing what's coming soon. That's really what it is, coming soon listings. And I was talking to a person at MRED. They said actually only 5% don't allow showings. So for you people out there that are saying there's still not enough inventory for me, I want more, there is more. You need to be talking to your agent and hearing about these properties if you haven't already. So if you're working with an agent, you haven't heard about this, oh my gosh, I'm shocked. All right, moving on. Under contract, 26.3. So we can see more coming on the market than what's going under contract. And that was in April. Let's take a look at closing out June. So we got 33.5% coming on the market, 22% going under contract. Now, remember, we got the coming soons, and let's say 10% of those are allowing showings. We really have like 43% properties out there and 22% going under contract. Yes, if it stays in that private listing network, it would be marked as under contract. So we would see a number in here. Okay. So what's the message here? What is this? As a doctor explaining an x-ray to you, what does this x-ray mean? Means the inventory is increasing. There is more coming on the market. So buyers, you have more choices out there. Sellers, you have more competition now. Congratulations for waiting. That's all I'll say. All right, so homes, this is for detached homes. That's what the DE stands for up here, detached residential homes. Closing out in May, the average sale price was $604. Now the average sale price, what's going on here? Okay, I'm going to just shoot to the graph here. For whatever reason, it's not showing up. All right, my apologies on that. So I'll correct this and get that graph out to you guys. Let's see if, yep, the next one's showing here. So for average market time, we saw the slope going down. Year over year was down 55.7%. So in closing out May was 31 days, closing out June, 30 days. So it's still moving just along nicely there. So buyers, yes, there's more inventory. Is it taking longer for sellers to sell their house? No, it's not. So does that mean home prices will be going down? No, they won't be. There's still enough buyers out there that want to be buying homes. There may not be as many crazy offers out there, but homes are still selling off just as fast on the average. Average number of showings per home. This is very interesting. So in May, it was 28 showings per home. So June, 29 showings per home. Pretty flat, I'll say. It takes about the same number of homes for it to be going under contract. So 28 to 29 showings, it's quite a bit, but that's happening in just a month's worth, 30 days. So that's averaging one showing a day, which we know doesn't happen. So it's probably happening more on the weekends, a lot of showings. And it might just be a matter of when a buyer is going to be ready to make that offer. But I would say those first 2 weeks, that's probably the case, because we always have those outliers where they're taking months and months and months to sell. Maybe there's a new construction out there that's really skewing the numbers, or maybe a house that's just in horrible, horrible conditions, taking longer to sell. So I can say personally, the homes that are performing decent on the market, they are selling faster than 30 days. They're going within the first 2 weekends for sure. So that means they're getting about 14 showings every weekend. Okay, 7 a day. That's quite a bit. Okay. Here we go. Let's take a look at the average number of showings. Sorry, I'm going to move me over to here. So back in April into May, we were averaging around 4.5, 3 to 4.5 here, and look, we didn't even hit 4 hitting June. It's slowed down here, so we're definitely seeing lower number of average showings. Despite that other chart I showed you, this is a different way of looking at it. This is really coming from showing time. This is a little more specific than the previous graphs that I'm pulling from InfoSparks. So this is actual showing time. They pretty much schedule all the showings for all the brokerages for listings. So we can see that things have slowed down. Now, obviously, this was July 4th weekend. That's going to be a lot slower for showings as expected. I'll be interested to see if the showings are even lower when we close out July. When I do an update showing in August, which will probably be a little bit later in August. I'll be tied up the very beginning of August, so my show will be later in August, otherwise right after Labor Day weekend. So we'll have some good data to be catching up on then. So for June 7th, the market action index needle showed it at 67, and now July 4th. Oh my gosh, what's going on here? I'm going to go back and see if we can just pull up this graph here, and it's going to show us the average here. So right now we are at 69. Here's the graph here. So right now we're at 69, and last month we were at 67. So that has punched up. That's great. And I don't know why this is not in presentation mode. Here, thank you. There we go. So the market action index needle went up 2 points for Naperville from 67 to 69. And when I pulling up today, July 5th, it's at 69. So that is indicating it is still a seller's market, still a seller market, you guys. Now let's take a look at interest rates. June 7th, we had it at 5.46 for the fixed conventional, and then 5.41. This is the hot topic, you guys. So now we're seeing it at 5.6 and 5.56. Not at 6, but it's definitely up there, and it is expected to continue to rise. The feds are being very aggressive on interest raising points. But just if our feds raise something 1 point does not mean the interest rate goes up 1 point. It could be a lower number, a lower increase than that. So do have a relationship with a good lender that can keep giving you updates real time on what's happening with rates, and it's specific to your profile, because everyone's going to be a little bit different where they can land on a rate based on their income, debt to income ratio, credit scores, all that kind of stuff. All right. So have a relationship with a good lender. If you need one, give me a call. I'd be happy to throw out a few names to you that you can call. So I just like to talk a little bit about, all right, we're all talking about recession, what's happening. On my last show, I did address recession and showed that of the 6 recessions, only 2, the home prices went down on average. And of those 2, 1991 only went down 1.8%. It's hardly anything. So it was really only the Great Recession of 2008 where numbers really dropped down. So let's take a look at this. Based on the experts that were very accurate in predicting 2008 drop, very accurate in predicting when we were going to bounce back from that, very accurate in predicting the V curve rebounding from COVID. They've been very, very reliable. And so these same sources, Pulseonomics is a source here. They are very reliable. They wanted to find out, what do the experts believe the housing market? Is it a bubble or not? 60% say no, 32% said yes, 8% said no, but 60%, that's an overwhelming number. Majority of experts believe this is not a bubble, nothing's going to be happening. And this is probably one of the reasons what they're looking at for month supply of existing homes. And what happened, why home prices crashed so badly, is because there was just massive inventory of homes, massive inventory of homes, so much competition for the sellers that forced the prices to go down. In addition to a lot of the inventory were short sales and foreclosures being sold at lower prices. So now the normal sellers had to compete against that. They were competing against a majority of inventory that were distressed sales. These last 4 years, this is where our inventory has been really, really low. So that tells you that the reason home prices were really shooting up just recently is because of the low inventory. Okay, not, so that's organic. That's an organic demand, a natural supply and demand in economics. Okay, economics 101, you guys. And then here's a really big reason also why we had a real big problem in 08 with the market crashes, because look at these loans here. The loans in 2003 to 2007, there was a huge volume of loans with credit scores under 620. This is just unbelievable. I mean, people can't even get a loan today under 620. And loans were being tossed around, given to people with extremely low credit score. And so these people couldn't afford the loans. They couldn't keep up. They eventually stopped paying on their loans, went bad. And that's why we had a lot of inventory hitting in 08. But then look at, once the market crashed, Feds changed the rules on lending requirements. And then look at that, hardly any loans with low scores that were being given out. I mean, I'm amazed that any were, even, frankly. I've not had a client that's gotten a loan at that low score. I don't know where these are happening, to be honest. But so what the message behind this is saying, the loans that are out there right now are solid. Okay, they're solid loans where people are not walking away from them. During this time and 08, when the market crashed, people were walking away from their loans because it was just too much for them. So I appreciate you watching this show. I try to get this to you weekly or monthly, I'm sorry. And the next show will probably be in either, if it's not in August, you will see it definitely in September after Labor Day. I got some things going on for the rest of the summer. So I apologize if I don't have an update show for you in August. I will have an update show for you in September, but you can always reach me here, call or text me anytime. I'm happy to give you one-on-one consultation on what's happening in the market so you can make decisions on what you want to do as a buyer or a seller. I always say it's best to make a decision based on true facts and being well informed. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you. Give me a call, text, or DM me. Take care.